From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Friday, October 7th, 2016. Silver is trading at $17.34 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,253 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $619. Antiwar.com reports in a blunt statement of the sorts that's becoming less and less unusual in bilateral relations, Philippines Foreign Minister Perfecto Yase declared America to have failed his country and insisted that the Philippines desperately needs to break its shackling dependency on the United States. This mirrors comments from President Rodrigo Duterte, who has also talked of his country having to break up with the United States and seek closer ties with both Russia and China as alternatives. Yase accused the U.S. of trying to keep the Philippines independency and submission as little brown brothers not capable of true independence and freedom. Ties between the two nations have been increasingly tense since Duterte's election, with U.S. officials openly faulting Philippine voters for electing him. A big issue appears to be U.S. arms sales, with Duterte complaining that the U.S. is trying to sell him warplanes they don't need and have refused to sell them certain other things, forcing them to turn to China. Duterte also suggested he did not want to be dragged into a U.S. war with China over the South China Sea. While the essay's comments suggest that he's on Duterte's side on the matter, it appears that long-standing U.S. ties with the Filipino military are fueling some dissension within the ranks, as Defense Secretary Delfin Lorenzana criticized Duterte as misinformed and insisted that the U.S. aid was necessary. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports nearly 600,000 American students who were supposed to start repaying their student loan debt in recent years were unable to do so, according to new government statistics that also made other revelations. The U.S. Department of Education statistics show that 11% of the 5.2 million students set to begin repayments in 2012 or 2013 did not. That amounts to 593,000 students. The data also revealed other significant information. The overall default rate declined by 0.5% since 2015. Students from economically deficient backgrounds were more likely to default than students from more fiscally stable statuses. Students who attended an institution that had the words tech or business in its name were more likely to default. Students at for-profit colleges were more likely to default, accounting for 35% of the U.S. default population. The schools with the highest cohort default rates in the United States included Larry's Barber College in Chicago, the New Life Business Institute in New York, and Jay's Technical Institute in Houston. In 2115 New England, there are no borders, no states, and no regulations, yet never has a more peaceful and prosperous place existed. But Mr. Drake's security company has seen better days. Faced with the prospect of waning power, Mr. Drake intends to replace the anarchy of New England with a government. But at what cost? Will anybody care? And can anyone stop him? Anarchy in New England by Joe Jarvis is available from Amazon.com and all major bookstores. Reuters reports a South Carolina prosecutor on Thursday sought to charge a 14-year-old boy as an adult on 2 charges of murder and 3 charges of attempted murder following a schoolyard shooting last month that convulsed the community of Townville. Officials have accused the boy of shooting his father dead and then driving to Townville Elementary School and opening fire on the playground before he was tackled by a volunteer firefighter and taken into custody by police. A teacher and 3 students were shot in the September 28th rampage. One of the students, a 6-year-old boy, died 3 days later. Solicitor Chrissy Adams of South Carolina's 10th Judicial Circuit announced that her office had filed a motion to try Jesse DeWitt Osborne as an adult. Adams said in a statement that first, the Office of Juvenile Justice would conduct an evaluation of the boy and a hearing would be set in family court. Defense attorney Frank Epps previously released a statement from the Osborne family expressing mourning and praising first responders and the courageous teacher who was wounded while rescuing the children. Besides the murder and attempted murder charge, Osborne also faces 5 charges of possession of a weapon during the commission of a violent crime. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.